It gives me a great deal of pleasure to have the opportunity to introduce a good friend and colleague who is going to be our host this summer in the beautiful state of Utah for our summer NGA conference in Salt Lake City. Please join me in welcoming Governor Gary Herbert. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Larry. I am honored to be here, as always, at the NGA conference. I appreciate those who support it, those who put it on, and for the governors and the opportunity we have to share best practices and learn from each other and go back, I think, better governors in our respective states from having been here. 8.5 years ago, Utah had the great and distinct privilege to host the summer conference of the National Governors Association in Salt Lake City. And we had a great time. We were grateful to have that opportunity. And I think the governors had a good time too. In fact, recognized as one of the best summer conferences we've ever had in NGA history. And I don't believe that any of the governors other than myself that we have here today have had that opportunity, because it was 8.5 years ago. A lot of new governors have come along, and so we have the opportunity again here this summer, starting on July 24th, to host the NGA again. And we invite people to come, our sponsors, our governors, their families, staff members. The 24th of July will be a reception night for the barbecue and a rodeo, one of the best rodeos in America in Salt Lake City. We'll finish on the 26th with a dinner and a concert. In the meantime, we'll have typical NGA meetings where we'll learn things and study hard, but we'll have an opportunity to have fun at the same time. So we believe it'll be a productive time for one and all. We'll be staying at the Grand America Hotel. If you've been to Salt Lake City and seen the Grand America, it's a 5-star hotel. It was built during the Olympics, for the Olympics. It's a wonderful facility you'll enjoy a lot. We're asking people, in fact, to bring your spouses, bring your family. We'll have activities for the spouses, and we'll have activities for the children, whether it be toddlers up to teenagers. We have great activities planned for them. It's easy to get into Salt Lake. Again, we have direct flights from most every city in the country into our Salt Lake International Airport, which is now being remodeled, by the way, rebuilt. It'll be the most modern new airport in America, and you'll be able to see some of that construction. We'll finish it up here this next year, but you'll see some of the opportunities that you have to have convenience to come into Utah and Salt Lake City International Airport. We will have some exciting entertainment. The Mormon Tabernacle Choir, America's Choir, will do a special concert for us one evening on a patriotic concert, which, again, we've done that before. The governors really enjoyed. And also we'll have the Las Vegas show of Donnie Marie, the first family of entertainment from Utah. The Osmond family will come and put on their Las Vegas concert for us one evening. And so we think we'll have a great time. For those who've not been to Utah before, it's a great opportunity for you to come. If you have an opportunity to spend a couple of days, we have 5 national parks, 43 state parks. Our national parks are become international in their visitation, that the majority of the people that come to Utah at our national parks are non-English speaking people, are foreigners that come and have heard about the great vistas and venues that we have in the great state of Utah. So whether it's golfing, hiking, fishing, traveling to our national parks, our state parks, just enjoying the leisurely time of a summer in the Rocky Mountains of Utah, you'll have a great time. So we invite you to come. We have a booth outside that gets you some more information about this opportunity, but we look forward to hosting all of you and your families on July 24th through the 26th in Salt Lake City, Utah at the NGA Summer Conference. Thank you very much. Hello, I'm Governor Gary Herbert. Jeanette and I would like to invite you and your family to the National Governors Association summer meetings in beautiful Salt Lake City this coming July. Surrounded by the Wasatch Mountains, Salt Lake City is quickly becoming the crossroads of the world. Salt Lake International Airport is located within 15 minutes from the vibrant heart of our city. Utah has a wealth of human talent and capital driving our innovation and economic growth. Our Silicon Slopes community of homegrown tech companies exemplifies another exciting generation of entrepreneurs and innovative businesses and services. The NGA Summer Meeting allows us to come together to have meaningful discussions about common challenges that we face, and to share valuable lessons. It's always an honor and a privilege to meet with and to learn from our nation's governors.
And while you attend meetings, we will have plenty of fun activities scheduled for your spouse and children in the most family-friendly state in the nation. We also invite you to explore and learn more about your own unique story by researching your family history and genealogy. Utah is the epicenter of exciting family history efforts.
So come to Utah, enjoy Salt Lake City, enjoy our beautiful state. Jeanette and I look forward to hosting you this summer.
Thank you very much, Governor Herbert. We're really excited about Salt Lake City. Thank you for hosting us. It is now my pleasure to introduce our next presenter, Lisa Gevelber, who is the Vice President of Growth with Google. Lisa oversees Google's global economic opportunity programs, which includes a focus on workforce training, small business growth, and entrepreneurship. This is an opportune time for me to be able to introduce Lisa. She and her team will be in my state of Maryland just this week to bring their Growth with Google initiative to Maryland's libraries. As an executive at one of the world's most exciting companies, she's had the opportunity to bring Google's innovations to global stages like the World Cup, but also to small businesses who are looking to leverage the internet to find new markets to grow. Lisa has been with Google since 2010 and was previously with Procter & Gamble as well as several other startups. She's here to share with us how we as governors can help our workers and businesses succeed in the digital economy. Let's please give a warm NGA welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. All right, Chairman Bullock, thank you so much again for the invitation to address your fellow governors today. And Governor Hogan, we are so excited about coming to Maryland this week. It's an honor for me to be here to talk a little bit about this program we call Grow with Google. I created this program and it has been my life for the last few years. We're hopeful that by sharing it with you today, we can help you in this journey of expanding economic opportunity for everyone in your communities. And that's partly because these are actually our communities too. Many people think of Google as a Silicon Valley company, but actually, we announced this month a $13 billion investment across the US, which means that we will have offices or data centers in 24 of your states. And as a matter of fact, our employees, our Googlers, hail from 11,000 hometowns all over this country. All of our users, partners, content creators, they are everywhere, everywhere in these United States. And that is the reason we want to ensure that we are good, responsible citizens and partners to all of you, so that we can together make sure that the opportunities that are created by technology are truly available for everyone, no matter where they live or what kind of a level of education they have. So where did we start on this journey? We started by going out into your communities. We spent about a year traveling around the country and really talking with people on the ground, the community and civic leaders. We talked to nonprofits who are helping folks, mostly adult learners and job seekers. We went to Lansing, Michigan. We went to Memphis, Tennessee. We went to Bozeman, Montana. And we heard from small business owners, and we heard from everyday people. And through that, we created this program we're calling Grow with Google. Before I go any further explaining that, I want to share a little video with you about some of the folks that we met on our journey. These guys are from a small town in Kentucky. Can you play the video?
Appalachia is a special place. I've been blessed to be able to live in the mountains. These people take pride in their culture and the great work ethic. That's what home's all about.
For over 100 years, coal has been the single source of the economy here. Recently, we saw almost a complete shutdown of our industry. It just went away.
That you sit there just broken about your circumstances.
As local businessmen here in Pikeville, Rusty and I just couldn't accept that we couldn't do something else.
We wanted to find something where people could stay here in Appalachia and earn a living that was equivalent to the one they earned in the mining industry. So we started looking. We knew that a coal miner is just a tech worker that gets dirty. So our big moment came when we learned about coding. We thought, hey, this might work.
I grew up in the area. I basically moved away because there was no tech opportunity in the mountains. I took a call from my cousin, Rusty, and he asked me, can you teach a coal miner how to code? I guess I'm the only one that I know that speaks hillbilly and JavaScript.
Our plan was to try to build a software development company right here in the mountains. We called it BitSource.
When we first started, these former coal miners knew nothing about this stuff. So I started to teach them all the basics and how you talk with a computer. Then we use YouTube to fill in the rest.
In this lesson, we're going to take a look at what does the source code.
I started to get excited that they could work through problems and complete projects. Good.
Well, before we knew it, these guys were talking in code.
This ensures successful status code nukes that.
And now they're making websites, web tools, apps, and we're starting to get clients across the country.
What I'm hoping is that these original 10 could be the ones that help train another 10 or another 20 or another 100. Come on now, come on. And maybe this little endeavor one day make it where our kids and grandkids could stay here in this place called home.
I've been lucky enough to spend a bunch of time with Lynn and Rusty, and I can tell you for sure, they are special people. But I can also tell you from our travels around the country that they are not alone. And when I go around this country, what I hear from people like Lynn and Rusty and from all the different communities where we go is a real optimism. People who believe in the communities, the small businesses, and the people all around them and the potential that they have. And that's why we created Grow with Google, to bring the best of Google's tools and training right into people's hands to help them grow their skills, grow their careers, or grow their businesses. And today I'm going to tell you about 3 of the places that we are focused. The first is preparing Americans for good jobs in high-growth fields. We picked tech support as our first journey in this area, and we went about creating an on-ramp into this career field for people without college degrees. As a matter of fact, for this program, you do not even need a high school degree. Guess what? Tech support, it's more needed than ever. These are the people who set up your devices, who fix them when they break, who connect them to the network and reconnect them when that's not working. And you don't need a college degree for this work. Everyone needs a tech support person. Small businesses need them, big businesses need them, local governments need them. So there are lots of jobs. As a matter of fact, there are 150,000 unfilled jobs in the US right now in the tech support field. So we got our act together and we created a program to teach people how to do this. Again, no prereqs required. You do it part-time. If you spend 10 to 15 hours a week, we say you'll finish in about 8 months. More importantly, we created an entire consortium of employers all over this country who are ready to hire people who earn this certificate. And as you can see here, it's a mix. It's people like Bank of America and Walmart. It's people like Google. We're excited to be hiring these folks. So our goal was to equip these Americans with this certificate and get them right into good jobs. The entry-level, the median level income for an entry-level job in tech support is $52,000 a year, and we are qualifying people for these jobs with this program. We launched it about a year ago. We're off to a really good start. We have 50,000 students already enrolled. Over half of these people have no sort of associate's or college degree. We have 2.5 times the completion of most online courses. And guess what? We're actually reaching underrepresented populations in tech. 69% of our learners are women or minorities or veterans. We're really reaching folks who need and want this kind of work. And more than half people say it's already got them onto a better career path than they were on. We're excited about the potential of this program, and we hope it's the first of many on-ramps we can make for people without college degrees into high-growth, high-paying tech careers. But we also know that a tech career is not for everyone. So, and the second program I want to tell you about is about how we're bringing basic digital skills to everyone, because it doesn't matter what kind of job you want to get today. People are going to expect you to know how to make a presentation, write a document, use a spreadsheet, be proficient with email. And guess what? Less than half of 18 to 25-year-olds say that their education today is preparing them for these types of jobs. So our second area of focus for Grow with Google is partnering with communities and organizations to bring even the most basic digital skills to everyone. So we needed to figure out a way to do this, and in our travels around the country, we were astounded by the roles that libraries continue to play in these communities. I'm personally a huge library fan. It's one of my special places. But what I didn't know before I began this journey was how much of a role libraries are playing everywhere. Did you know that 96% of Americans live in a reasonable range of a library? That is a higher percent than for Starbucks or McDonald's. These libraries are playing critical roles. They're teaching ESL. But they're also, most importantly, they've become our nation's de facto job centers. I've been in libraries all over this country, and I have watched people get help writing a resume, practice their interviewing skills, using the internet to just look for a job. Our librarians are filling this role. And guess what? 90% of our libraries are already teaching basic digital skills. So that's what we're doing. We announced recently we will go to all 50 states, to the libraries in all 50 states, and we will bring digital skills training to the small businesses to help them get online and figure out how to attract customers using the internet. We will help people with the basics, whether they need to learn how to use a spreadsheet or make a presentation. And guess what? Those Googlers from 11,000 hometowns I told you about, we're taking them with us. We're bringing Google people back to their hometowns to work one-on-one with individuals in these libraries doing this training. But we're not just working with individuals, we're training the trainer. So we're making sure the librarians know of all the tools and programs we have to offer. We're making sure the nonprofits know. We're really working with the folks in these communities to have a long and lasting impact. So we were recently in Erie, Pennsylvania. I actually have some family from Erie. And we could see that the Blasco Public Library was a place that was just really a part of that community's renewal. And that effort was aligned with Governor Wolf's PA Smart initiative. We were in Connecticut working with Governor Lamont and his team. So on this screen, you can see some of the places we're going and we're going next. Look, nobody knows their state better than you guys. And we want to work with all of you so that when we come to your state, we come to the right communities and we work with the right partners who can continue working on these programs long after we leave. So those are the first two areas: getting people into good, high-paying, high-growth careers, and then making sure everyone has the basic digital skills they need to get a job. But the last part is actually my personal favorite, which is how are we helping people actually get jobs? 1 in 2 Americans starts their job search on Google. It's the first place they go. We've taken this responsibility super seriously, and over the past year, we have made that search experience work the way people want it to work. They can filter by commute distance, by pay, by part-time, full-time, or contract work. And by making this experience work better, in less than a year, we have connected 100 million people with jobs. We're also founding populations that have unique needs. Maybe you saw our Super Bowl commercial, where we made it possible for military service members to type in their military occupation code and then see jobs that would be relevant to them because they use similar skills to the ones they learned in their job in the military. And we've been very, very excited about that. But today, I'm going to give you a sneak preview of what's coming. This is something we're incredibly excited about because while showing jobs is great, there's still so much work to be done. You guys know this better than anyone. 40% of Americans cannot afford basic needs. But if you ask employers, 46% of employers say they can't find people with the right skills. So how do we actually close the skills gap? And I want to talk to you today about our initiative to do so. It's called Pathways. And what Pathways does is it shows people not only the in-demand jobs in their area, it actually shows you the training in your area available to you to qualify you for those jobs, right? This is always the catch. People can see jobs that they might want, they need to know how to get qualified for them in many cases. And so this is hard stuff, right? We have an incredible corpus of job listings. We happen to be kind of good at this information stuff. But in order to make this truly useful to your constituents, we actually need your help, because we need to know which training programs in your area are actually the best ones by working with you and your teams and working with the employers in your area to see which ones they've had the most success with. We'll be able to show people the jobs that are available, the training that's available to them, and what that training takes. We'd also like to be able to show how employers rate that training program. We'd also like to show placement rates coming out of that training program. So to make sure that this information that we're going to show people is useful and accurate, we need your help. And we want to partner with each and every one of you. We've begun this journey. We are in pilot phase with the state of Virginia, the state of Indiana, Washington State, and Utah. And we welcome many more. We cannot do this journey alone. This is hard because, well, you guys don't need to know this, but the data is very unstructured and it's everywhere and it's not easy to find. And we want to work with you to make sure that people who need this info can find it and it's useful to them. So in closing, I guess I want to invite all of you, please tell people about the IT Support Certificate Program, people you think might be interested. It's a great on-ramp into great careers. Please join us when we come to your state, and please make sure we come to the right communities in your state and work with the right partners. And lastly, please help us make Pathways a reality for folks by helping us understand who to work with in your office and how to get the most accurate and useful information. In the meantime, all of this information, everything we do in Grow with Google can be found on google.com/grow, or you can Google Grow with Google. And we really want to work with you guys and make this stuff incredibly impactful for the people that we all serve. So I think I have a few minutes left for questions, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, all right. Yes, Chairman Bullock.
Yeah, Lisa, thank you for being here. And also thank you for bringing Grow with Google to Bozeman, Montana. I didn't get to spend the whole day with it, but it was fabulous to see your whole team there.
Thanks.
And more than just your team, the excitement, literally hundreds of people had traveled from all over. Two things, picking on what you said, I was not adequately familiar with the IT support certificate, which could just be an amazing opportunity for people all across this country.
Yep.
To get into it, what are the base costs of individuals that want to get that certificate? So I'd ask that question. Also, the pathways really could be revolutionary for a whole lot of folks. And this was starting about 2 years ago. We finally actually took from our university system and said, I'm going to track graduates and find out what they're actually making even a year or two afterwards. So students as consumers can say, here's what my opportunities are here. What, you say work with us to find the data. What help would you like, especially and specifically from governors and labor commissioners and universities?
Great. I already forgot your first question.
First was
IT
how do I
support, how do people do it?
How do I join this?
Yes,
because at some point I'll be looking for a job.
Great. So we wanted this to be available for everyone, so we put it online. It's all taught by Google employees, Google engineers. It's a fully online course. There's 3 ways you can basically take it today. You can take it by yourself online at your own pace. As I said, if you take it 10 to 15 hours a week, because we assume you're working a full-time job while you're learning, you finish in about 6 to 8 months in our experience. A second way you can do it is through community colleges. We're in 25 community colleges in 7 states already. We hope to be at 100 community colleges by the end of this year. So for folks who want a more classroom environment and want to be supported by a proctor or instructor, that is also an option. And lastly, we've been working with national partners, again, for folks who want a more cohort learning environment. So we're partnering with Goodwill, who is the nation's leading workforce development provider, and they are offering cohorts of learning together in Goodwills all over the country. And we're also working with the USO for transitioning military personnel and spouses to get the certificate. So you can do it on your own, you can do it through a community college, or you can do it with one of our partners, whatever works best for you. Yeah, so we don't make any money at all, but because we had to put it on a platform, we've put it on Coursera. It costs $49 a month, and you complete the course at your own pace. We have tons of scholarships available. So if you do it through Goodwill, for example, you don't pay. Of course, through the USO, you also don't pay. So we make it easy, and the intent is for it to be perfectly affordable for anyone. Pathways was your second question. If you could even just point, if each of you can just point us to the workforce development folks in your area who know the most about the different training providers and programs, that's a great first start. This is literally, this work is community by community, and as you can imagine, that is your expertise, not ours. We're good at, once we have all the information, making sure it makes sense, but you guys have all the information. You know which are the best programs, you know who are the people who know, and you know which employers would have a point of view on what's best. So starting usually with your workforce development folks is the best kind of first entree. And then community colleges are such an important part of job training in this nation. If you have a strong community college system, that's also a great place for us to start.
Lisa, thank you for being here. I enjoyed the map you had of where you've been and where you're going. What does it take to get on that map of where you're going? And if it's just simply to ask, we'd love for you to come to Arizona.
Great. Well, we'd love to come to Arizona, and we'd love to have you join us.
Well, good. Then we'll consider that done.
Okay. If you commit to coming, we'll be there.
Yes, you can count on it. Thank you.
Sure.
Can you come to Guam, too?
I haven't been asked that before.
I'll tell you where it is on the side.
Excellent, excellent. We should figure something out.
Yes.
Other questions, thoughts? Does this feel like it's going to help the folks in your communities? Well, thank you for giving us a few minutes to talk to you about it today. We look forward to working with all of you.